Hello there, everyone. Welcome to the round of 16 coverage of the Euro Transnational Open Teams. So I wanted to just quickly pull up while we are waiting for the matches to start. You can see we have, it looks like, currently 3 matches on VooGraph. The VooGraph schedule suggests that we're going to actually have 4 tables, or 4 matches. Whoops, that is the Asia Pacific. Here we go, 8 tables, so 4 matches in the round of 16, so maybe one of the tables just hasn't been started up yet. But these are the teams that we might be seeing today. And if VooGraph is to be believed, this will be the last day where we don't get to see every match from start to finish, so we won't be able to pick the teams that we specifically want to watch, but these are, oh, I'm in the way. There we go, now I'm gone. So we have Rosenthal versus Street. This is actually a fairly common matchup in a lot of the NABC team events. So we've seen these teams play up against each other many times. Then we have 2 teams from the Netherlands facing off, Lankveld versus Mauritius. That's what I'm going to say, Mauritius. We have the Mavericks versus Vichy Guerrera. We have Scoreway against Team Black. We have France Green, who I think we saw a little bit of them play yesterday, up against Breno. We have the Texan Aces up against Patchwork Dynamite. I think this is Zach Grossack's team, Patchwork Dynamite there. But we did hear that the Texan Aces are made up of 2 junior pairs, and I think a couple of older players from India. We have Videv from Bulgaria up against Vinci from Italy. And then we happen to have a rematch of one of these Swiss matches that we watched, which was Zimmerman versus Daisy Chain. Daisy Chain being, we saw Augustin Medalla and Dennis Bilda have formed a partnership for that event. But let's bring me back, and looks like we still only have the 3 tables. Also worth noting, the Asia Pacific Bridge Federation is still having its tournament, is still conducting its tournament. And the APBF Ladies event is going on as well. So there are a bunch of things to watch on VooGraph today. I was thinking of taking a look at Lankveld versus Mauritius. These are the 2 teams from the Netherlands that are still in, at least, or at least the 2 teams that are fully made up of players from those countries. I don't think we've seen any of them play, and we have watched a little bit of France Green. We saw Rumbao and Rumbao playing together yesterday, and we've also watched all of the players in the Zimmerman versus Daisy Chain match. So yeah, let's jump in, see if we have hands ready, and it looks like we do. This is excellent. We are all set. So first board of the match, these are going to be 56 board matches, 14 board quarters. Not that familiar with too many of the players at the table. I mean, I suspect this is Bob Drijver. Actually, this might be Boss Drijver and Van Prooijen. I think they play together regularly, but I do not know the East-West pair all that well. So we get a no-trump opener. North has a 14 count, but I mean, anyone would upgrade North's hand, even if you were playing 15 to 17. 2 diamonds, transferred hearts. So North is going to bid 2 hearts. I mean, I can't imagine West is going to take a call directly over 2 diamonds. This feels a little weird. I mean, most people play the double of a transfer bid is natural. So maybe this East-West partnership has a bit of a different agreement about it. and they play double of the transfer bid as like take out of hearts. It still feels a little bit awkward to me because with 15 high card points, there's only a couple of possibilities. One, the opponents have most of the values, and in that case, you don't really want to get involved, especially not with a hand that's 4-3-3. The opponents are going to steal the contract away from you, or maybe they're going to double your side and collect a large penalty. But you're just telling them where all the high cards are, and so that's not something you want to do. The other possibility is that like your side has all the values, but you can find that out, right? 2 diamonds is forcing. North is going to complete the transfer to 2 hearts, and then you can decide to bid over 2 hearts now that you know your side has approximately half of the values, at minimum. But anyway, West elected to do something a little different. I think my personal preference would have just been to pass the transfer and then pass out 2 hearts, just thinking that, okay, I have 15, maybe if partner has a super maximum and a 5-card spade suit, we have some chances to make game, but that's very unlikely. And I just don't want to give away all this information if it's not really going to be our hand. Well, East gets off to a spade lead, which I think is kind of marked from the double. If double was takeout, which I presume it must have been, takeout of hearts, the most important thing that you can be showing is a spade suit. And that's another reason why I think like making this double is probably a little questionable, because West's, it's not as if West's worst suit is spades, but West does not have a 4-card spade suit, doesn't really want a spade lead coming through his hand into the no trump opener, would much rather have had a club lead come into his hand. So I think for a lot of reasons, this double has not only like told Declare where all the high cards are, but has just gotten the defense off to the wrong lead. Hey, Allie, welcome on in today. You're sorry that I'm tired. Well, I got woken up by someone standing over me, I guess yesterday, which about 12 hours ago. So I'm not like super tired yet, but I think by the end of the second quarter, I probably will be. Anyway, 2 hearts looks like it's gonna make quite comfortably. West kind of found a pretty nice defense here, under leading the ace of clubs, hoping that a club could come through and that they could cash a couple of club tricks. But Declare does have some protection in the trump suit from that happening. Well, West is in a bit of a bind. If you return a trump, then Declare just gets to take the spade finesse and run the spade suit. If you don't return a trump and try and cash the club ace, Declare is going to rough this trick. And West might be realizing that right about now. Either way, only going to be a matter of over tricks, no matter what happens from here on out. But I think Declare is going to feel pretty comfortable taking the spade finesse, just given the double in the middle of the auction. So Declare does win the Queen of Hearts, and I suspect is now going to play the Jack of Spades to the Queen. But it is a little bit risky to do so. If East had started with the King of Spades, East could win this, put a club through. And the defense gets 2 more tricks, whereas Declare could just play a spade to the ace and rough a spade in that scenario, bring the spade suit home. We'll see what he elects to do. Giving it a bit of thought, it's definitely true that you don't want to just like go down in this contract, because it's not as if Declare is 100% cold from here. He only has 2 aces and 2 more trumps. Could set up an extra spade trick, but that would come at the cost of letting East in to maybe put a club through. But I suspect he'll do the right thing. I mean, mostly due to the auction and the opening spade lead. I mean, the opening spade went to West 9. Well, he is thinking about it. But I guess, like I said, there's really only 2 lines of play to consider. The first is Jack of Spades to the Queen. Cash the spade ace, and even if the suit is 4-2, you can then ruff a spade to set up the last spades in your hand. Okay, this was not a possible line of play. Okay, this is still not a possible line of play. Whoa! Yikes. I mean, good defense from West, I suppose, not putting up the spade king on the first round of the suit. Steph, you have way too many boys. How can these guys also be your boys? Whew. Okay, wait for it. We have a lot of undos happening. Whoa. Wait a second. The VooGraph operator just gave us this fantasy well. What? I have no idea what happened. We can probably work it out from that position. It looks like Declare probably played a spade to the ace and ruffed a spade. Okay. That was kind of incredible, whatever happened. Well played. Where's PJF when you need him? East-West give you lessons. You stay over at East Little Brother's house very often. South organize the White House Junior event. Oh yeah, the White House Junior event is a big deal, isn't it? North, a little bit less, but you shared a taxi with him. Well, I think that makes him your boy as well. You know what they say, if you share a taxi with someone, you're friends for life. I'm certain someone has said that at some point in the past. Well, this is an exciting one, no opener. I mean, it's a 10 count. Looks like East-West are playing 10 to 12, no trumps. At least not vulnerable. This is not a particularly good 10 count. He covered your taxi ride. Well, then definitely. He's definitely your boy. In the US, we don't play a lot of weak no trumps. There are very few pairs who play this. I mean, certainly no high-level pairs play a weak no trump in America. So I'm fairly unfamiliar with how you should alter your opening lead choices against these kinds of auctions. I suspect in general you just want to make the normal lead, which here I suppose is a club from South. I mean, maybe you can argue for a heart lead or something. But we'll see what South elects to do. East-West had, okay, he does go with the heart lead. Fairly reasonable, right? Oftentimes the simplest way to defeat a 3 no trump contract is if you can take the first 5 tricks. And so South you know, probably says, hey, why don't I just try and play partner for ace, queen, fifth of hearts? That would be a simple way to defeat this. So leads a heart at trick 1. It's going to work out in Declarer's favor a little bit here, although with dummy having this much extra in terms of high card points, the contract I don't think was ever going to be in much danger. I mean, maybe on a club lead, Declarer has some difficulties. If he misguesses the hearts, he's going to end up losing 2 heart tricks. The other table in this match has your Dutch Premier League teammates from last season and your junior coach and your NPC. That does add up to 4 people. I do believe you. If you had continued by like adding more people to that list, I would have felt very skeptical. But for now, everything you say is believable. So I think Declarer probably has the contract wrapped up now. Looks like 3 heart tricks were available, 3 club tricks, 2 diamonds, and 2 spades at least. Only going to be a matter of over tricks. I think what's going to happen is North is going to get squeezed in the pointed suits. I mean, either immediately or... Okay, new VU-graph operator, please. Let's get that 10 of hearts on the table. But what I suspect is going to happen from here is Declarer might cross in clubs. Oh, well, now the spade discard is going to give everything away. Declarer can now just go like queen of spades, spade to the king, spade over. So this will be 11 tricks. Might pick up an imp or 2 east-west, but I suspect the same contract will be bid in the other room. I mean, West has a 19 count and probably will open. I say probably. I mean, West has a 19 count and definitely will open. I am uncertain why we continue playing this handout, but very, very friendly of East to demonstrate the squeeze, right? So we pitch a diamond here, and now North is squeezed down to a singleton spade to hold on to queen third of diamonds. I feel like I might have saved some time claiming a few tricks ago. All right, 11 tricks at both tables. It was played by the East in both rooms. Whoa! I guess I forget that some places in the world, weak no trumps favorable is just like a standard thing. Maybe that's what's going on here. Maybe I would then lose the match because I helped my opponent save some brain power. Well, North elected to throw all of his guards in the spade suit early, so I don't think he was conserving any brain power on the defense there. But yeah, fair point. Fair point. Well, South's definitely going to open. If they are playing a weak no trump, I would be curious as to whether or not South opens this a no trump. It might depend on the range. I mean, a 10 to 12 no trump, the South hand might be a little bit good, which I suppose argues in favor of opening a diamond and rebidding one no to show like 13 to 15. But I guess if they're playing like an 11 to 13 weak no trump, then the South hand kind of looks perfect for it. All right, South opens a diamond. We've already seen West make kind of a unusual overcall decision, so I would be surprised if West elects to pass his hand here. I mean, he has the 17 count for starters. You're not a fan of a weak no trump with a decent 6-card suit. Okay. I can see that. So would you rather than like open a diamond and rebid 2 diamonds with this kind of hand? You'll miss slams. That's a really good point. Yeah. Open a diamond, rebid 2. Gotcha. Gotcha. Yeah, like I said, we don't play weak no trumps in the US, so I'm just like very unfamiliar with how you're supposed to handle them. Like if partner has the same boring 19 as the last board, you're right. That was flush with aces and kings, and you have a bunch of controls as well. So we get a no trump overcall from West. Transfer to hearts from East, and South does elect to show his diamond suit with a double. A little different than what happened on the first board, right? Because West on board 1, in the similar type auction, I mean, having not opened a diamond, double for them was take out of hearts. So here, South's double is just natural and showing diamonds. Ooh, I mean, another interesting bid. So we're seeing a lot of bids that I just haven't really seen before. Obviously, I can kind of interpret what's going on. West is showing a maximum raise of hearts with a club suit on the side. So I expect East to retransfer to hearts now, probably 3 diamonds. And West will accept the retransfer, bid 3 hearts. And then it's going to be on East whether or not he wants to bid game. And if so, which game should he be offering? Yeah, you usually play this as maximum with a low doubleton in clubs. I think that's pretty common. But we can see that that's not what West has. So I'm just kind of interpreting the bids as they come to me. You know, similarly on board 1, most people play double of the transfer bid shows the suit, but here East-West are playing double as just take out of hearts. So 3 diamonds by East, 3 hearts by West. I have to imagine East with a little bit of shape. Will bid a game. And the question is just going to be, do we want to consider the Jack of Diamonds as a useful card for maybe 3 no trump? Like if partner had ace 10 third of diamonds, then maybe we should play in 3 no instead of 4 hearts. But I think what East is just going to come to the conclusion that if partner doesn't have the heart ace, we really want to play in hearts on this hand, and we'll probably bump to 4 hearts. You don't understand showing the low doubleton, why direct the lead for the opponents? Well, so is it necessarily good for them to lead your doubleton when that's just going to help you ruff a loser in the hand with short trumps? I think oftentimes against those things where you show a small doubleton, or whatever you want to call it, a worthless doubleton, the best opening lead is probably going to be a trump. And passive leads often don't work out against these type of contracts because declarer can just pull trumps, set up their side suit, and then, you know, you have enough tricks. So yeah, I think Steph's point also, partner can judge their, you know, mediocre 6 or 7 count a little better in addition. Other table got to 2 hearts, made the part score, and here we are in 4 hearts, kind of as expected after this like artificial maximum or whatever you want to call West bidding. Declarer does have a diamond loser, a spade loser, and a club loser off the top. The 9 of diamonds can set up for for a discard if Declare wants to utilize that. Entries are a little tough, and we are going to need to ruff at least one spade in the west hand. So this will be a bit of a tricky hand to play. You prefer showing side suit values. Personally, it is... Yeah, I mean, like, my perspective on bidding systems is, like, it just doesn't matter. You can play whatever system you want, and the most important part of the game is card play anyway, which I think is debatable, but that's my viewpoint. Wow, Declare has some issues on this hand, doesn't he? It looks like you can make it double dummy if you guess everything. Like right now, heart to the king, club to the king, low club out of hand would be just like a genius double dummy line of play. Then later you can like pull trumps, take a roughing finesse against the queen of clubs, and then cross back to the spade ace to run the club suit. He's going to take all year to play this one. He very well might. Are these guys slow players? Like I said, I'm not familiar with East-West in this room. What would I do? South did open, so West might guess the clubs right. Well, it depends what you mean by guess the clubs right. I mean, because South opened, it might be very reasonable to lead a club to the jack. Do you come back in June of next year, or just any time next year? I think you'll be safe if you come back in like November of this year. The hand might be over by then. Hello, PJF. We needed you earlier because there was a very, very well-played hand on board one that we didn't get to see any of the play. Yes, well played. Well played. All right, so Declare is crossing in hearts. Probably to take either a spade or a club finesse. And the question is just which one. Okay, he leads the two of clubs. I mean, a very simple plan is probably to play a club to the jack, which he does, and has, I guess you could say, misguessed the clubs. The hand's not over yet, because if the defense doesn't set up their spade trick quickly enough, Declare can establish 3 discards in the minor suit. Is there a world where they don't lose the spade? I think so. I think it's very possible. Like, if South cashes the club ace here, the hand's over. If South continues a diamond now, the hand's over. It's not so clear that Declare has 3 club pitches, right? Because, like, something South could do is cash the ace of clubs to get out of his hand, and then just exit a diamond. And as long as West doesn't have a 5-card club suit, he just doesn't have enough spade discards. So that's possible. How does he know diamonds are like this? I mean, North led a diamond to trick one. Oh. North led the 10 of diamonds. I see what you mean. I think... Would North automatically play the 9 from 10, 9, 6? I guess in the back of my mind, I just assume everyone plays Ro16. But maybe that's not a safe assumption. Also, yeah, from 10-9-6, I mean, what would North have led? You don't think low spade can cost? That's probably true. That might be a better way of thinking about it. But one of the things that could happen, a low spade does cost. Oh, yeah, of course. He can pitch the club. I see. So South does have a bit of a puzzle. Yes. Yeah, South does have a bit of a puzzle. Bidding does kind of show 4 hearts. Very possible that South is now asking West about like the 3 club bid and what his other options were over the double. Are we in 2024 yet? No, you still got a few months. Still waiting. Tricky. I see the conundrum here. Hey, look, I would love to be declarer in this spot, right? This is where, like, we're in a vulnerable game, and if the opponents make a mistake, we make it. That's exactly the position we want to be in. All right, a diamond came back. So, I mean, I guess technically the hand's not over yet, but the hand is more or less over. Declarer can lead the Queen of Hearts and then continue a club. If West had Ace-Jack third, Ace fourth, Ace third, King-Jack third. So, like, that's a hand where I would argue 3 clubs doesn't make any sense. Mostly because 3 clubs doesn't make any sense. You would have to cash the club. Yes, that's true. Yeah. Well, I mean, so South didn't work it out correctly, and that means the hand is mostly over. Declarer is going to be a little careful, you know, just trying to make sure that nothing goes horribly wrong from here. Wants to protect against as many layouts of the cards as possible. I think it's possible that he'll even go heart to the ace, heart to the queen, and then lead a club. What he can't really afford to do is play a heart to the ace and then lead the king of clubs. So the 2 realistic plans here are lead a club now. We know that South has the club ace from the auction. And then get in and pull trumps afterwards. Or pull trumps first and then lead a club up towards the king 10. And these lines of play are going to work as long as South didn't start with a 4-card club suit to go along with his pretty clear 6-card diamond suit that has been marked, as long as we've been counting. Won't Declarer be thinking about buying Xmas presents and making New Year's resolutions by now? I think his New Year's resolution is just going to be, please, let's get this hand over with. So, well, we've found out that West is a bit of a deliberate player. Have they finished the match at the other table yet? You know what? We can actually look to see what results are in. They're only 2 boards ahead at the other table. All right, club continuation. And now, as long as one of these club winners doesn't get roughed on this very next trick, Declarer is in good shape. It seemed pretty clear to me to just cash the Queen of Hearts before doing this, because then we actually make, even if South is has 4 clubs. You think this was safe because he couldn't beat 4-1 hearts anyway? Yes. Now, I suspect it's probably impossible for South to have 6 diamonds, 4 clubs, and 2 hearts. But we could have made in that scenario by cashing the Heart Queen before leading a club, because South would be pickled. If they duck the club ace, we don't have a club loser anymore, and if they win the club ace, then we have 3 club cashers. But plus 620, 10 imps, and first blood has, I would say, officially been drawn in the match. I mean, there was 1 imp on the first board. North is not vulnerable. He couldn't have 11 spades. I mean, it only would have been 6, but yeah, that was kind of that was kind of the point. That layout is probably impossible. So West gets to open a diamond here. This hand looks oddly familiar to one we saw yesterday. There was a hand where North had like ace, queen, jack, 6 of clubs and jack, 4 of hearts that I recall. Ooh, exciting bid by North. A diamond by West, 3 clubs by North. I like the preempt. I think I've said before, preempts tend to work if the opponents haven't found their fit yet. And here is North, like if you can create a little bit of confusion, maybe the opponents end up in hearts. I mean, little does he know that the opponents actually do want to end up in hearts, but still. Is this normal? Is 4 clubs normal? 4 clubs can't possibly be the normal bid with East hand. Five clubs is a good save, and you're tempted to bid a lot as South. I mean, I would be as well. I think 5 clubs is almost automatic as South with the Heart Void. I want to, I want to save 5 clubs over 4 hearts as South, I believe. So I would just bid it immediately, force the opponents to make a 5-level decision. Steph says he thinks 4 clubs is normal for the duchies. Good to know. That's the realization that I'm having as I see these auctions. It seems as if they're on the same page, so I'm just going to trust their bidding. And from here on out, maybe I should stop questioning it. So diamond, 3 clubs, 4 clubs, just showing both majors, it looks like. Kind of in place of a takeout double. Or maybe 4 clubs is like 2 suited. Maybe that's what's going on. Questioning it for content is fun. All right, East, step up, present yourself. Let's have a little chat about what 4 clubs is supposed to mean in this kind of auction. Cubids show support for partner suit. Time to bust out the ruler. 5 clubs by South. What would 4 diamonds be over 3 diamonds? Dude, hell if I know. I don't think I would ever make that bid. Good question. So you're telling me that they've just found a use for this 4 club bid. 4 diamonds has to be forcing with a fit. You're probably right about that. 3 diamonds would be competitive. I suppose for us in the US, 4 diamonds would be like natural and invitational. But yeah, that's a pretty small target to be hitting. Natural and invitational in this type of auction. Problem with having to double is when South bids 5 clubs, it's annoying. I mean, it's kind of annoying, but it goes 5 clubs pass, and we double again. But yeah, I mean, it's not like... There's no perfect solution, I guess. Well, 5 clubs fetched a 5 heart bid from West. And that is passed back around to South. I think you have to sell out to it. You know, obviously South is tempted to bid again at this point. If he realizes that East has both majors, he should understand that his King, Queen, 6 of spades is not taking a defensive trick. And with the heart void, it's pretty unlikely that his side is going to take a heart trick. In imps, you don't think 3 diamonds is just competitive. You play it as invite with SIB. SIB. What is SIB? Something in... So like 9 to 11. That's probably reasonable. I mean, yeah. So jumping in your suit is like natural and slamish, or at least forcing. Bidding the suit is invite. You basically just like give up on some sort of competitive raise, which at match points would be a real sin, but at imps maybe not so bad. I think that's sensible. And the really nice thing about it is that you then have negative doubles to show specifically like 4-4 or, you know, maybe 4-5 in the majors. And now you can distinguish between your very distributional hands. So I think that's actually kind of cool. You know, now that I think about it, I like this method of playing things a lot better than what I'm familiar with. Well, the other table bid and made 4 hearts, only taking 10 tricks. The club preempt has pushed East-West 1 level higher at this table, which is going to be a bit of a tricky contract given the 4-0 trump split. I suspect... I think North switching to spades might cause Declare the most grief. Because Declare is probably going to want to adopt some sort of like cross-ruff type solution to this hand, but doesn't really realize that he can't really ruff spades low in his own hand. Double dummy, you need to ruff spades with the ace king of hearts and play a heart to the 6. Yeah, that sounds about right. Yes. I would not be surprised if that was true. I also don't even know if that's good enough. It probably is. But there's no way Declare is going to take that line of play, right? I mean... Even if North does switch to a spade and Declare reads it as a singleton, I think Declare is just going to play to rough out the diamond suit. Wait a second, doesn't that work? Does roughing out the diamond suit not work? So like let's say we go spade to the ace, queen of diamonds, king ace, jack of diamonds, diamond ruff, heart to the ace, diamond ruff. Oh, we still have a bunch of club losers to deal with. Yeah, maybe that's no good. No, I don't think Declare is gonna make this one. I'm honestly a little bit impressed that 4 hearts is making. We don't get to our hand to cash the last diamonds. Is that true? Okay. I mean, I have ended up with a bunch of club losers in my hand, but yes, like my plan was basically to eventually ruff 2 diamonds and go Queen of Hearts, Ace King of Hearts, lead the 5th diamond as North ruffs with the trump winner. But then obviously we just lose some clubs eventually. So I think I managed to go down 2 is the gist of it. So this is going to be a big win for Mauritius. However you pronounce their name. Great name, though. Okay. The Queen of Clubs is allowing Declare to kind of like start this cross-ruff plan. I don't think we're quite there yet, where we can just go Queen of Diamonds, Diamond, Diamond, Ruff, Heart over, Diamond, Ruff, or whatnot, but we're getting close. I am not at all familiar with this small island. It's where Rob Hell lives. I am going to look it up. Islands have awesome climates and geography. Mauritius, country in East Africa. You were invited over, but you just haven't found the time to go? Yeah. Hold on. Images? Let's get an image. Oh my god. Okay, this is amazing. So what you're saying is that this guy owns his own island? Hold on. Is that a good picture? This might be a good picture. There it is. Look at that. Look at this. This is amazing. Can I go there? All right, Steph, you have to go. You have to go. Look at this place. This is beautiful. In the meantime, as I have been searching for pictures of that amazing location, Declare has adopted this plan of trying to rough out the diamond suit. Thoughts on line of play plan of 10 of hearts to the ace, ruff a diamond with the heart queen, and then take a heart finesse if North had dropped a stiff jack or 9? I don't know if that's what Declare is going to do, but that could very well be what he's thinking about. Also, thoughts on Declare maybe making it from here. Is that even possible? Wait. Where did North's spade go? Oh no. Oh, uh-oh. Hold on. We've encountered some turbulence. So North is just going to be roughing the ace of spades. That can't be good news. Hey, Klajinerm. Is it quite late or quite soon? Yes. Yes, I believe yes is the answer to that question. You live close to Strasbourg. That's cool. So yeah, you're basically on normal time here. It is currently 4:45 in the morning where I am. And I have been up for a while, but it will soon be light outside. My hope today is, yeah, so you're on local time for this event. This event's being played in France somewhere. and it is also 10:45. 8:48 p.m. Oh my god. Don't you need to go to sleep? You gotta put the kids to bed at the very least. It is close to their bedtime, I'm sure. Well, with North's spade gone, it's hard to imagine Declare having much success on this hand. There must be a 3-minute difference. Okay, look, I estimated. I could have said it was 4:48. You don't have to be that technical. I was rounding to the nearest 15-minute mark. Is it Wednesday or Thursday today? Yes, it is. It is Wednesday. I have the sense that Declare has realized that he may have messed this one up. Although it was going to be way too difficult. You never really expect the preemptor to have 4 trumps. You don't have to leave the house today. Or, wait, consider this alternative. You could book your trip to Mauritius. I'm done. You know, this reminds me of that time where Cooney wanted me to pronounce that town in Wales, and I gave up. I think we have further confirmed the stereotype that Americans can't pronounce anything outside of their own country. God, these guys are slow. Why did I pick this table? What I do want to pull up, is there a way? Oh, I totally could do like a picture-in-picture. Well, let's just click through it in the bottom right here. So we got to 4 hearts on West opened a diamond and North didn't find an overcall at this table, and that made it a little bit easier for the opponents to find their fits. But additionally, there was no 5 club bid, so they got to play a level lower, and that's the big point on this one. So we got a club lead to the ace. Club return ruffed. It's being declared from the other side. Declare does play the queen of diamonds. Oh. Whoa. The queen of diamonds just holds the trick. Well, that makes Declare's life much easier. Because now Declare can just play a diamond to the jack, which they do, then ruff a diamond, and now, I mean, everything's simple. Declare probably just pulled 3 rounds of trumps from here, found out about the bad split, but didn't care. Eventually lost a heart and a club. This table will be getting into time trouble. I don't know what the rules are for time trouble or for time usage in these events. 4 boards an hour is not the desired tempo. You're right about that. Okay, so I've been live for less than an hour, and they started a little bit into my broadcast. So I don't think we're quite at the 4 boards an hour mark, but it's a little bit close. It's definitely close. Spade ruff, club ruff, spade ruff, concede the last 2 tricks, something like that. Looks like Declare has managed to go down 2 tricks. Yeah, I thought 4 hearts making 4 was a fairly huge result at the other table. Declare would need to play fairly carefully to make it if South had covered that queen of diamonds with the king. I'm a little surprised South didn't cover the queen of diamonds with the king. South was looking at the ace-jack and dummy. I don't know, it just feels a little weird to not cover there. Oh, 10 tricks? Did I miscount something? I thought Declare was losing 2 tricks in the end position, but I guess I have miscounted. So 12 imps. BBO operator's high? Okay, good. Good. I have confirmation that I'm not that tired yet, and that my commentary hasn't gone severely downhill. Well, I suppose that's not true. It is very severely downhill, but that has nothing to do with my tiredness. Five diamonds doubled in the north in the other room, which looks like North-South have horribly misjudged this one, because whatever spade contract was happening is going down east-west. So North opens a diamond. East, realizing how good preempts are based on the previous board, elects to preempt 3 spades. Favorable. Seems like a reasonable choice. 4 spades by West. Ooh. Yeah, South has a bit of a dilemma, right? Because, I mean, in terms of the auction so far, South kind of has a maximum for values, but, you know, couldn't really act over 3 spades, felt like his hand wasn't quite good enough for a negative double, forcing his side to the 4 level. And, I mean, he might just have to pass out 4 spades. It's a little scary to do so. But he will earn his side a sensible swing for it. Okay, he elects to double, and this might not go the way he wants, because I think North is going to come to the realization partner didn't bid on the first round of the auction and now has bid. It's far more likely that my partner is short in spades for this kind of action. So fewer high card points, but more distribution, which is not exactly what South has. So North may well bid 5 diamonds. Oh, he doesn't. He doesn't. He elects to pass it out. Okay. I mean, this could go down several tricks if South got off to a heart lead, got in with the club ace, and then gave his partner a heart ruff, but we get a diamond lead. Probably still going to go down a couple tricks. I mean, this king, jack, 8 of hearts is technically enough to collect 3 defensive heart tricks, even if Declare guesses to duck around to the stiff ace on the first round of the suit. So I'm thinking this is going to be 2 down. The defense gets a diamond, a club, and 3 hearts. You vote down 1. Do you think South is going to fly the heart king? Is that what you think is going to happen? Like Declare is going to pull some trumps and then lead a heart towards the queen and South pops up king? That seems unlikely. I think the hand kind of plays itself. I mean, maybe what needs to happen is North is going to need to like win this, unblock the heart ace, and then go king of clubs club. Oh yeah. West is the dummy. So it's not entirely obvious that North should find the right defense here. Like, I think he needs to unblock the heart ace, then cash the club king, and then lead another club. but I wouldn't say that that defense is automatic. We have another one of these, led the 10 of diamonds from 10-9 third, and has now followed the second round with the 8. So something that could easily go wrong for the defense is North tries to play a third round of diamonds here. That's possible. Yeah, pretty obvious the partner has the heart king and the club ace after he doubled with nothing in the other suits. That is a fair point. Yeah, and especially now that South has showed up with the doubleton spade, I think that's going to make the defense fairly clear to North. So I suspect you're right. North has a pretty good count on, well, North has a clear count on the spade suit, right? East preempted 3 spades and has at most 6 of them. And given that West was the one who turned up with the diamond ace, North should pretty clearly know that partner has these honors. We'll just need to work out kind of the double dummy plan for ace of hearts, king of clubs, and club. This is a fairly common defensive position against suit contracts where there's queen jack in dummy and declare might have a singleton in the suit. So you need to be the one to cash the honor in front of declare so that you can play through, and declare is faced with a bit of a dilemma. Like, if they don't ruff, your partner scores the second trick in the suit, and if they do ruff, then they're roughing air in your partner's hand. Even if North doesn't find this defense, well, let's hold our breath. Okay. We can't do this. Hey, there it is. Look at that. Great defense by North. Holding. He found it. So ace of hearts, king of clubs, now another club. That's going to result in 2 down, 300 points for North-South. Add that to the 500 from their teammates in the other room, and that's going to be a cool 14 imps, I'm sure. I'm certain it is 14. Where was the 2 of spades? East had it. East had the 2 of spades. West started with ace king 3. Oh! Excuse me? What was that? See, this is why you should. North is going to be a bit on tilt. You're right. Only slightly. Yeah. If only he knew who had the ace of clubs. South, you mean, right? If only South knew who had the ace of clubs. Whew. Okay. Hear me out. East could have held 6-2, 3-2 shape. Yeah? I mean, I don't think East being 6-2, 3-2 is consistent with partner going ace of hearts, king of clubs, but like technically possible. So here's a good explanation for, like, maybe give your partner credit for making a good defensive play, because I think South was just like, oh, I'm super excited, we beat the contract, and, you know, from a technical perspective, he's kind of right. His teammates are collecting 500 at the other table, doesn't want to have anything silly happen where he lets the contract make. But, you know, it was still would have been worth a couple more imps if he had found the right defense there. Bit of a slip up. I mean, he more or less had a count on the hand. He knew East spade length at the very least. Oh, he also knew that East had a singleton club, right? His partner went club club. Oh, no. No. Okay, so even the layout that I had come up with wasn't possible. Yeah, it was just a bit of a lazy play by South. And now they're going to lose by 1, and he's going to feel terrible about it for the rest of his life. Well, we have a duplicated contract in both rooms here. So East opened a heart. Takeout double by South looks pretty reasonable with a doubleton heart and 4 spades. 2 hearts by West. Responsive double by North, showing the minor suits. 3 hearts by East. And this is a hand where at match points, I just like insta-double this as North. No question. But at teams, it's very scary to make that second double with the North cards. You gave them the commentator curse of it's bridge. It was bridge for quite a while. I mean, North made a brilliant play and then was foiled. So how bad is this overall? Looks like 2 tricks in, North-South can cash 2 diamonds and a club, and then will get the King of Hearts. You're right, you did call that it was going down 1. All right, Jack of Clubs to the King and Ace. I would be surprised if North doesn't try to cash the Jack of Spades here. It's not as if East has a singleton diamond or something, or a small doubleton diamond, and we'll get a useful discard on the Club Queen. And, you know, it's always possible that your partner has made a takeout double with only 3 spades. So there it is. North tries to cash the spade jack. East is... actually isn't Declare in danger of going down... Oh no, he's not. The trumps are splitting, so he can always rough a diamond in the dummy. So diamond round to the jack. North just elects to cash out, making sure the contract goes down, cashes the diamond ace. Might even continue the diamond suit. And he does. So Declare roughs. Probably plays the Club Queen pitching a diamond. I think. I mean, I would. You know, we're taking a heart finesse, and if the heart finesse loses, we don't want South to be able to give partner a diamond rough. So heart to the queen or heart to the 9, it's all going to come out the same. South will get the King of Hearts and a push board at both tables. If we were playing match points and we had doubled, we could have collected a pretty juicy penalty against this one. Would have been another, what is it, 7 imps for 300? Okay, heart to the ace was not what I was expecting. But it all comes out the same. The hearts split. So push board. We're still not halfway through the set yet. And when does the next segment start? or when is it scheduled to start? It is an hour and 10 minutes from now. So they have an hour and 10 minutes to get through 8 more boards and compare and get back in their seats. I mean, at this rate, they won't be able to do it, but maybe they can make it. Wow, South passes. What a fish. First seat, 5-card spade suit, 10 count. Hasn't he heard of the rule of 15? You just gotta open these hands. Pass, pass. Diamond by North. A diamond by North? Is that the normal opening bid on North's hand? I don't think we've seen this North-South pair playing precision, right? I guess they haven't had the opportunity. Maybe they are playing a precision type system. Well, a diamond, pass a spade, pass a no trump. East elects to come in now with 2 diamonds, natural. A little bit risky. He's gonna fetch quite a fine dummy from his partner though. Ace, queen, 3rd of diamonds and a 10 count. I mean, not that either of these black suit queens are particularly helpful to his cause. 3 clubs looks like a good contract. Well, I suspect that's where North-South are headed. I mean, maybe North-South are headed to 2 hearts. Although maybe East-West are headed to 3 diamonds. You expect 2 spades. I mean, you're playing a known 5-2 fit, right? Does that have to be good? Like, is it possible that South is just 5-4 in the majors and we could have a 4-4 heart fit? Wow, this auction's heating up. Oh, would South not bid 2 hearts first himself? Yeah, that's a fair point. Okay, I understand. So South is basically marked with 5-3 in the majors. All right. I'm on board with 2 spades then. Yeah, 2 spades makes some sense. Hello, V8. Welcome, welcome. Redouble is like a super weird bid. This is just all around a crazy auction. Because East doesn't bid the first round. I mean, because he can't, right? 2 diamonds would not have been natural in their system. Okay. I mean, North elects to kind of, I guess, pray for the only suit they could have a fit in. And I think part of his judgment here was just like, so I think Steph is right. South has 5 spades, South has 3 hearts. He has to have 5 cards in the minors, but this redouble makes it sound like partner is 2-3 in diamonds and clubs. Hey, Scissors. Good evening to you all. Yeah, how is Australia doing in the APBF? I hear New Zealand is still doing quite well. I think, oh my God. Okay. Everyone hold on. Like, let's just slow down. And you guys came in here and just started waving to everyone, and West got a little bit too excited. Well played. Well played. Oh no! Your team's best player got a cough on day 2 and got benched. No! Aussie Mixed is coming in 20 minutes. Ooh, that's exciting. PJF down. We gotta quiet you for that comment. Trev is the best player in the Cosmos, aka Tony Nunn. I have never heard of that person. Whoa! Wait, what is going... Oh, okay. I was just like, why is North bidding 4 diamonds? Yeah, that Steph makes a good point. The best player in the Cosmos is always your partner. Well, somehow North-South have earned themselves a bit of a swing on this board, because East-West have gotten a little bit too high. It's actually incredible that 3 diamonds is making. The King, Queen of Hearts is on side, and you have like just enough entries to take both heart finesses. I guess the Jack of Spades is also on side. Oh, Scissors. Always the troll. So this will be down 1. North-South just going to take 4 top tricks pretty quickly. Wait, is this true? The Australian Open team is just 2 Paul and Tony pairs? That's kind of amazing. You know, one of my favorite comments... One of my favorite comments, so way back in the day, right, when nickel was kind of the dominant force in North America and was winning a lot of Bermuda Bowls as well, or like, you know, international events as well. The nickel team was made up of 2 separate Jeff and Eric partnerships. And so someone went up to Eric Greco and asked him, how does it feel being part of the second best Jeff and Eric partnership on your team? And he just had no idea what to respond to that comment. They have a 3rd pair, but they ran out of Pauls and Tonys. There's only 2 Pauls and Tonys in the entirety of Australia, and they're both on the same bridge team. You thought they were all called Bruce? Australia's not big enough for a 3rd Paul. We have established that Australia is quite large, in fact. Approximately the same size as the continental US, which is quite large. Oh god, this hand is also going to take like 2 hours to play. This has been the slowest set of boards. At least we have a lot of action. 4 hearts made, 5 heart, 12 imps, 12 imps, 10 imps. Steph, from what I hear, you don't fit in anywhere because you're just too tall. Not okay. We got the joke. That's all it took to get banished to the outback, is to commit a crime in England, and then you got thrown out. You're too improper to remain with the chosen people. Wait, what's a drop bear? What's a drop bear? What the hell is a drop bear? Oh my god, these things look horrific. What is this? Wait, this one looks like a koala. Wait. Are drop bears just koalas? Hold on. Okay, but they're like koalas with giant fangs. What the hell? It's some kind of gremlin? Jeez. Well, that's brutal. At least this hand didn't take forever to play. So 9 tricks, same number of tricks at those tables, but they were a level too high here. That has been a common theme for East-West at this table. 1 level too high on 5 hearts, 1 level too high on 4 diamonds. It's not safe to walk around the local shops in Australia. I will keep that in mind when I do eventually visit. Well, currently 20 imps for the South African island country. Mauritius. I'm getting better. I think I'm getting better at pronouncing that. As the day goes on, I'm sure it will degrade a little bit, but for now, I'm getting like a solid B- for my pronunciation. 1 diamond by north. Once again, it does look like we're having some sort of precision type thing going for north-south. Better than my Welsh pronunciation? Yeah. Ain't that true? So diamond, a spade, a no trump. 2 clubs. Mauritius. Yeah, I'm close. Wait, isn't everyone Dutch? Yes, they are, but their team name is Mauritius. That's their team name. Where is it the sponsor? So their sponsor, who I think might not even be playing right now. Steph. You gotta go visit. Other table, 3 no trump in the north. This room, 3 no trump in the north. We get a heart opening lead. Looks like Declarer does have 2 heart tricks. Can take 3 spades. I mean, probably will take 3 spades for lack of anything better to do. We'll probably just play a spade to the 10 and then be shocked and surprised when that wins. So 2 rounds of hearts. Oh, we're kind of in the wrong hand, aren't we? DT is still not back. You don't need to time out DT. Are you trying to time yourself out? Oh, I have not been reading your chat comments. I do need to time out DT. So DT messaged me the other day on BBO and was just like, hey, you need to unban me. And I very clearly explained the rules to him, that it is a pay-to-win service, and all he needs to do to get unbanned is to sub to the channel. Whenever anyone says that they haven't read the chat comments, they generally read them. Oh, they generally read them? No, I actually hadn't read your chat comments. I was trying to analyze 3-0 like a good caster, and then I kind of gave up midway through. But it looks like Declarer is being rather successful with whatever he's doing. Club to the 9, club to the jack. This finesse has worked, although the club suit is not coming home. Has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more tricks. Is going to need to get an extra spade. Time to run the 8 of spades. Yeah, if East lets him run the 8 of spades, right? This might go down, actually. Hold on, hold on. So, yeah, I figured Declare would duck this trick. Now East cashes the heart queen. We pitch... I mean, it doesn't really matter. Something from dummy and something from hand. But then East is going to continue in a low spade. I think this is going down. If we pitch the spade ace, we can't go wrong. I mean, pitching the ace of spades doesn't help though, right? Then we're still down. You think that you've been a good father if you write some nonsense and everyone instantly ignores it? At least we guessed the spade layout if we ditch the ace of spades. That's true. That is very true. I declare we'll guess the spades for down 1 from there. I like the 9 of spades back. I really like the 9 of spades as a spot card. I mean, not because it, just looks like we're leading from 9 doubleton here, but I think specifically because, oh my god, Declare guessed it. What a player. Wow. Okay. Well done. Wait. In retrospect, it was fairly obvious to play for 4-2 spades. The reason being that East was on lead against effectively a no-suit bid auction and led from a 4-card suit, then turned up with a singleton club. So if East had a 5-card diamond suit, he would have led a diamond. And therefore, East must be 4-4-4-1 in shape. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Well played. Well played to Declare to push the board in 3-0 after a pretty difficult defense. Man, one of Craig's favorite memes about bridge is to call Boss Driver the bus driver. Don't go spoiling it with counting. I'm sorry. Excellent guess by Declare. How did he do that? I never would have gotten that one right. Yeah, his brother Bus is in his brother Boss, not Bus. Now you have me doing it. Is in Team Zimmerman. I think I said that at the start. Sebastian. There's literally no way to know. That's true. That's true. Should Van Prooijen be the conductor? Maybe. Maybe he should. Oh, well, so, this is exciting. For the record, it's pronounced Drijver. Drijver. Gotcha. Oh, man, is Pepsi playing in this? I promise. So someone left me a YouTube comment saying that I need to learn how to pronounce Pepsi's name in Polish, which I haven't learned how to do, but I did say that next time I saw him, I would try and pronounce his name correctly. I don't think he's in. I saw a Team Pepsi in the event, but I think they got knocked out. Pistoia. Something like that. Easy, Pepsi Cola. You must also roll the R. I never took Spanish, so I never learned how to roll R's. French was the language I studied. Steph's got it. You just put a bunch of C's and Z's together and pretend like that's a real name. Okay, so what exactly happened in the North-South auction here? 1 no trump. This is obviously not a transfer to spades. 2 spades. 2 no. 3 diamonds is like an incredibly confusing bid. 3 no. I'll pass. Wait a second. We don't have a result from the other table? What has the other table been doing? They were like 4 boards ahead of us. You're going to cheer on the Aussies. Good luck, good luck, good luck. Hope they do well. We get a heart lead. Because of course we get a heart lead against this auction. I mean, no other lead makes sense. Aussie, Aussie, Aussie. Oi, oi, oi. Steph cheers for the Kiwis. That's just because, like, you have boys who are Kiwis and you don't have boys who are Aussies. I'm only guessing. Are you still allowed to enter the country? You do have Aussie lads. Jamie. Who's Jamie? Jamie Thompson. Jamie Thompson Bridge. Okay, he looks familiar. Yeah, he looks familiar. This guy, right there. The Aussies have a player who is bigger than you. Edgerton? How has Declare played this hand? So it looks like Declare won the Queen of Hearts with the King at trick 1, took a spade finesse into East, which is very reasonable to try and prevent a heart coming through. Spades are set up. Declare can effectively collect 3 more spade tricks from here. 3 spades and 4 clubs will make the contract. Although if the defense tries to set up tricks in red suits, Declare is kind of per force going to collect a 10th trick. Like, I think if he switches to diamonds, Declare might be too scared to duck this on the premise that if a heart comes through, he's going to need the ace of hearts on side. So Declare may well just pop up with the diamond king. Oh, is that the sport? Bridge volleyball. So it's like chess boxing and bridge volleyball. I don't think I would do very well at volleyball. I'm not very tall. I could, like rugby, see, rugby is a sport I could play. Or, you know, preferably some sort of like running type sport. I mean, rugby has running in it. But soccer was my jam. You're down for bridge boxing? Okay. Real story about boxing. When I was pledging to my fraternity in college, oh my God. Okay. I almost lost my shit when Declare played a spade to the 9, but they didn't play a spade to the 9. Because Declare just had 9 tricks, even if the spades weren't splitting at that point. I was going to tell a story. I'm no longer going to tell a story. It was a good story, but you guys don't get to hear it. 3-0 making 4. Push board in both rooms. Looks like both rooms are caught up. 5 boards to go. Wow. East-West have a lot of clubs. How did that happen? It seems like 5 clubs is the limit. And maybe importantly, East-West need to avoid 3-no trump. Because North-South can set up 4 diamond tricks and then get in with the hard ace to cash them. Okay, well, East opens a club. South overcalls a spade. A little aggressive. Vulnerable with just a 6-card suit, but short clubs, I mean, it seems somewhat reasonable. West bids 3 clubs. I'm going to presume that this is mixed. Because otherwise, I mean, I can't imagine West would make a preemptive jump to 3 clubs with that hand. So 3 clubs, double by North, responsive, both red suits. And East needs to make a decision about what to do here, because East has extras. I mean, we could bid something like 3 hearts. If we thought as East that 3-no might still be the right contract, we could bid something like 3 hearts. And just basically show that we have hearts under control and that we're looking for a diamond card. But East does very well. I mean, kind of auction-wise, East is pretty certain that 5 clubs is going to have decent play and expects that 3-no trump might go down on a diamond lead, and he's right about both of those things. North makes a bit of an unusual choice to double 5 clubs, I think. I mean, he's not looking at a ton of defense. He's not looking at any, trump surprises for the opposition. He is looking at some spade support. It feels like double is a little bit thin on North's hand. And he is going to get, kind of justly punished for this. But no over tricks, just going to be 11 tricks. I mean, I have to imagine Declarer is just going to claim, hopefully, to save us and everyone else some time. How tall am I? Hold on, let me look this up, and then if I'm super embarrassed about it, I won't tell anyone. How meters to feet conversion. Here we go. Oh, can I go the other direction? Feet to meters. Feet to meters conversion. Need to divide by 12. What is that? That's like 0.825 or something. So it's that. Oh, that's not so bad. I am 1.7 meters. That's not bad. Yeah, 5'7". Your father was 6'7", and you were the shortest in your family. Wait, was there a comment previously? Okay, you're 1.88 meters. As long as your feet reach the ground, you're tall enough. Are there people whose feet don't reach the ground? Look, honestly, if I was a person whose feet didn't reach the ground, I think that would be pretty special. You could even go as far as to call me Superman. Whoa. 2 boards back to back, East-West have a lot of clubs. Okay, we finally get confirmation. North-South are playing precision. 750? Yeah, 750, right? North-South got a heart and a spade on the previous board. Did I do something wrong? I think 750's right. Spade hook is on, which means if North-South do bid to say 5 hearts, they will make it. I don't know if East-West have bid on to 5 clubs yet, but it's looking possible. What does South do in a precision context? I mean, 4 clubs would occur to me. Double apparently is a bid to just show some values. I would have been tempted to try 4 clubs to show my major suits immediately. Not necessarily because I'm worried about a ton of like preemption, but I think it pretty well describes the South hand and this double bid, which I think a lot of precision players just use to show like, 6 to 8 high card points or something, or whatever it is, depending on auction context, might not exactly convey that South has both major suits. Shane Williams is a great short rugby player. I don't know anything about rugby, but I do know that rugby is a very popular sport in Australia. I guess that's not true. I know a little bit about rugby. I did date a rugby player in college. You have a colleague who's tall and has to pain clinic. I don't know what pain clinic is. Everyone there is either very tall or short, so their feet don't touch the ground when they sit in a normal chair. There was a cool little Giant's Castle place that I visited when I went to Ireland. I think it was in Limerick. And so it was like a room with a bunch of like giant furniture and stuff. And so there's pictures of me looking even smaller than I normally do. It's quite awful. Yeah, rugby is a bit of a religion in Australia. Dating a rugby player sounds hot. You wouldn't believe it. Is operator high again? I mean, yes. Yes, operator has been high the entire time. Well played. There it is. There it is. We're going to get the undos shortly. Well, East-West elected not to bid to 5 clubs, which was very practical of them. I mean, they only have 8 tricks, so they would have been going for 500. When you were operating a NOLA, the undo button was broken. So does that mean you just had to like assign a score somehow to the board if you did something wrong? That sounds pretty awful. I mean, both from an operator perspective and from a spectator perspective. Yeah, just don't make mistakes. Never do anything wrong and you'll be okay. All right, there's 4 hearts. We get the ace of clubs lead. We're probably gonna get the ace of diamonds switch. Club continuation. Declare's gonna pull trumps, then claim on the spade finesse. Oh, actually won't even need to. The diamond's set up. So this will just be 11 easy tricks. You don't understand North's pass on 4 clubs. It might be forcing. It's very possible that South's double of 3 clubs was game forcing, and so North's pass of 4 clubs was forcing. It's definitely a bit of a jammed auction a little bit, but yeah, I don't know. I think part of the issue was like South elected to make this double to just show high card points rather than a more descriptive bid that showed his suits. Maybe they didn't have a 4 club bid available to show both majors, or maybe South just wasn't like comfortable bidding 4 clubs because his hand was a little bit weak, right? He doesn't know the value of his singleton king yet, and if that card's useless, then his hand is just like a queen fifth, random 5 count. But yeah, South hasn't showed any suits, so North isn't really convinced that he needs to bid hearts yet, I don't think. I don't know. Precision auctions are weird. I'm not that familiar with the system, but I think that's what was going on. So 5 clubs undoubled at the other table did earn their side 4 imps for their trouble. 3 boards to go in this quarter. We get a spade by West, 2 clubs by East. 3 clubs by West is interesting. Actually, very interesting, right? I mean, I think most people would bid 2 hearts in a 2/1 context. Okay, once again, operator's high. Yeah, where have the hearts gone? I don't know. I wonder if we're actually going to get this auction corrected because, well, West appears to be continuing to bid. So 3 diamonds definitely bid by East. Okay, we do get the undos popping up. So 3 diamonds pass, 3 spades. It's true. I have the feeling that East-West may well have missed a 4/4 heart fit. This is a little hard to explain. I mean, the 2 club bid is a little hard to explain, and then the 3 club bid also. And now we get a diamond lead into East natural diamond suit. Uh-oh. Not that it, has really affected the hand all that much. 3 no trump was always going to make East-West just have an enormous collection of high cards. But a diamond lead I do not think would have been my choice, assuming East was showing natural diamonds. So Declare setting up his club suit. Looks like he's going to take 2 diamonds, 3 clubs, 4 hearts, and 2 spades is 11 tricks. You might lead a spade. Yeah, a spade lead makes some sense, right? As South, we only have 4 high card points. Maybe our best chance is to set up partner suit, and we can suspect that partner could have 5 spades often enough on an auction like this. So that seems reasonable. I think a spade now. Oh, it probably doesn't matter. I think Declare doesn't really have the entries to cash 4 rounds of hearts and then get back to the East hand to squeeze North. So I suspect Declare might just like take a spade finesse right now. That'll be the simplest plan to try and get to an 11th trick, or to get to a 12th trick. No? Okay. does elect to cross back to the heart ace, can pitch 2 spades on the ace of diamonds and 9 of clubs, but then won't really be in a position where he can afford the spade hook. What? Okay, once again, operator is high. There's no way this is how the play went, right? Declare has stranded 2 winners in hand, and also when this finesse loses, he will have stranded the entire dummy. Oh boy. Okay. Oh my god, please stop. No, please. Oh, please stop. Well played. Great. 11 tricks. We did it. 460. On to the next board. 2 boards to go. So Mauritius has built themselves up a little lead after the first set. I mean, assuming nothing crazy happens on the last 2 hands where they throw it all away. But that'll leave them in a pretty good position going into the remaining 3 quarters of play, especially if their sponsor. I don't actually know if all of these teams have sponsors at this event. I know some of them don't. Some, I've noticed a few teams that are just playing 4-handed or even 6-handed without a sponsor, because it's a fun event to play in. Like, I would have played in this event if I had a fun team to play with. Probably. This East-West don't have a sponsor. Okay, but I think North-South do, right? If I'm correct about that. And so the fact that North-South have won this segment with what I assume is the sponsor sitting in at the other table is a really good sign for them moving forward. You're happy Street is losing. That does appear to be a popular opinion among bridge players. But Street is playing against quite a strong team in Rosenthal. So a heart by North, spade by South, 2-0 by North, and this is 2-0 in a precision context, which is kind of nice because now North effectively gets to make this 3-heart bid, but conserve a little bit of bidding space. So 2-0 doesn't say anything other than I have a 3-heart bid. In terms of I have already limited my opening hand to 15 or fewer high card points. 3 clubs by South, looks like it might be some sort of asking bid. 3 hearts by North. 4 diamonds by South. Cupid, looking for maybe a potential slam in hearts. And then 4 hearts by North says, no thank you, your diamond Cupid doesn't help me. We're really hating on Paul. Hating on all the Pauls here. But Steph is right that when you make it to the round of 16 of an event of this kind of quality, you can't really be a bad player. I mean, it's possible if you're a sponsor that you have hired a very strong team and they've carried you to victory, but this is a fairly strong event with a lot of top competition from all over the world. What about those teams we saw yesterday? I mean, one of them didn't make it. Who was it that said, can we have both of the teams not make it? Have both of the teams gone home that we watched yesterday? Maybe. Maybe they have. It was you. Yeah. That is a fair point. East-West have taken 2 tricks. Declare is going to be a little bit concerned about a spade ruff. Might take some sort of safety line of play, like ace king of hearts here. Okay, and does. Just goes ace king of hearts. Daisy Chain are currently beating up Zimmerman. Gotcha. I think Daisy Chain is a fairly strong team. I didn't see the other pairs, but I mean, like, from a single player perspective, like Augustin Madala and Dennis Bilda are two of the best bridge players in the entire world. So them playing together as a partnership, even though they're a little bit inexperienced with playing with each other, they're still going to do very well. So it's like a little bit sad that they finished so poorly in the Swiss portion, where now they have to play against, you know, some of the top seeds early in the event, as opposed to earning themselves like a 3 or 4 seed coming into this knockout stage. Daisy Chain's sponsor is very weak. I don't know who the sponsor is, but I would believe that. Honestly, Dennis Bilda, like, probably the nicest bridge player on the entire planet. And I don't know if this is still the case, but it used to be the case that he just, like, especially early in his international career, like, I met him the first time he came to the US for NABCs, and he just kept getting fixed up with, like, all of these awful, awful sponsors, but then he kept winning with them. I mean, he's really good. And that was like 10 years ago. And I have to imagine that he's just gotten better since. But yeah, Dennis was someone who was one of my boys. I don't have a lot of boys, unlike Steph here, who just has like boys falling off of his limbs. But Dennis Bilda was one of my boys back in the day. We were tight. Pass, pass, 1 club, a diamond, overcall by north. A no trump by east. Okay. I guess I'm on board with the no trump bid just because we have like all of these queens, and king 10 third of diamonds easily could be 2 stoppers in the suit. But the 5 card club support for partner's 1 club opener, you know, might have pulled me in a different direction, but I still think I like a no trump on the east cards. The whole Bilda family are nice. Yeah. I mean, I wasn't as close with Morton, but I did have dinner with them once, and he's really cool as well. Look at this technical play from Declare. Ace King 9 4th ups at Queen 5th, cashes the Queen, just in case it's Jack 10 4th on side. And, you know, now has blocked the club suit. Okay, hold on. Let's take a second to consider the possibility that maybe, no. Declare had to block the club suit because he couldn't afford to dump the 9, otherwise the 8-7 could be covered and he would have a club loser against Jack 10 4th. But it does look a little bit ridiculous the way the hand has played out. Because now I think... I think South might switch to the Diamond Queen and the club winner is going to get stranded. No, South just goes with the Ace of Hearts quite reasonably. Did Morden have a fork? He executed some Morden's forks, I'm pretty sure. But I don't think he carried one around with him. Although, knowing him, he seemed like the biggest troll dad of all time. Maybe I was misreading that, but it was just like something about him just felt like a walking joke. And so I wouldn't have been surprised if he had like he just like carried a fork in his pocket and like brought it out onto the table every time he performed a Morden's fork. That would be great. Actually, that sounds like an awesome idea. This gives me a new plan in life. I need to... Okay, first off, we're done with the match at this table. Let's jump to the other table quickly while they finish up the last hand of play. 2-0 in the east. Bit of a different auction here. So what I need to do is now I need to get a bridge position named after me in such a way that I can like carry something around and then just like, you know, slowly reveal that that's happening at the table every time it comes up. I think this is possible. Give me like 2 years and I'll make this happen. Oh, look at this fish declare at this table. Didn't even cash the Queen of Clubs, but unblocks the club suit, and so now has like a much easier time with communications on the hand. Honestly, quite reasonable. 5, 6, 7, 8. Looks like 8 tricks, but because a heart wasn't led at trick 1, Declare is not going to get a 9th, I don't think. Oh, pitches a heart from dummy. Oh, never mind. Pitching a heart from dummy makes sense. North has two diamond tricks set up. So now we just need to lead a spade to the king. Easy game. Does anyone think Brady bot looks like Tom Brady? I get asked at airports if I'm related to Tom Brady, which makes me think that they wouldn't be asking unless they thought there was some sort of resemblance in looks. But no, I don't think I look like Tom Brady.